Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to walk you through a quick example on curvature. I'm going to assume you already know what the concept of curvature is, but I'm going to help you solve a problem related to it. Here's the example problem. Find the curvature of the vector-valued function r of t equals the vector with x component 2t plus 1, y component t cubed, and z component cosine of t at the point 1, 0, 1. The first thing you always want to do in these kinds of problems is take a bigger picture look at the problem. In other words, we need to remember the formula for curvature. We know that curvature is equal to the magnitude of r prime of t crossed with r double prime of t all over the magnitude of r prime of t cubed. The things we're going to need to find in order to apply this formula are r prime of t, r double prime of t, the magnitude of r prime of t, and the cross product of r prime of t and r double prime of t. After that, we're going to need to take the magnitude of that cross product, and we'll have our formula ready to go. First things first, we want to find the value of t. We know that the point is 1, 0, 1, and the vector-valued function has an x component of 2t plus 1. In other words, 2t plus 1 is equal to the x component of 1, 0, 1, or 1. So t is equal to 0. Armed with this value of t, we can now find r prime. R prime of t is just the derivative of each individual component. The derivative of the x component is 2, derivative of the y component is 3t squared, and the derivative of the z component, cosine of t, is negative sine of t. Plugging in t equals 0, we get r prime of 0 equals 2, 3 times 0 squared is 0, and negative sine of 0 is also 0. Next thing we want to do is find r double prime. This is the piecewise derivative of r prime. In other words, 0, 6t, and negative cosine of t are each axis component respectively. Plugging in t equals 0, we get that r double prime of 0 is equal to 0, 0, and negative 1, respectively. Now, in order to find the denominator, we want to find the magnitude of r prime. The magnitude of r prime of 0 is the magnitude of the vector 2, 0, 0. In other words, square root of 2 squared plus 0 squared plus 0 squared, which is equal to 2. Next, we want to find r prime crossed with r double prime. This is the vector 2, 0, 0 cross the vector 0, 0, negative 1. We apply the formula for the cross product to get. The x component is 0 times negative 1 minus 0 times 0, which is 0. The y component is the negative of 2 times negative 1 minus 0 times 0, which is negative of negative 2, which is positive 2. The z component is 2 times 0 minus 0 times 0, which is, again, 0. Thus, r prime cross r double prime is equal to 0, 2, 0. The magnitude of this vector is 2. Now, we're ready to go. We can plug into the formula. We know that the magnitude of r prime cross r double prime is 2. We also know that the magnitude of r prime is also 2. So our curvature is equal to 2 over 2 cubed, or 2 over 8, or 0.25. I hope that example helps you understand how to do curvature calculations. You always want to see what you need to plug into your formula in order to get the desired result. Once you have that, you simply plug it in and get your answer. Thanks for watching.